Hi guys, welcome back to Crochet Hangout. Today we're going to be starting a series on how to do some unique shapes in crochet that aren't typical, such as like the circle or the rectangle or even the triangle. Today we're going to be learning how to do an oval, which is really popular in doing smaller animal-like projects or baby booties or something along the lines of creating clothing as well, and how to do mittens and gloves. So I just have the typical yarn, acrylic worsted yarn. This is the Impeccable yarn in the tan color, and I'm also using my favorite J hook, or the size J10, the 6 millimeters. So for this, you can really start out with any number of chain stitches, but for our sake, I'm going to be doing 10 to really show you what the oval looks like. So first we're going to make our slip knot, so cross over and then pull through. You can find a video on how to do the slip knot. And I've shown it in other videos as well if you're unsure of how to make it. So first we're going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's a good sized sample to really show you what the oval will start to look like, but again, you can do any number of single crochets. So in order to show the 10, we're going to chain another, which will act as the first stitch. And what we're going to do is do 10 single crochets across, and if you don't know how to do a single crochet, you can again access one of our other videos on crochethangout.com or Crochet Hangout on YouTube. So we're going to go into the second stitch from the hook, go into the loop, pull through, yarn over, and pull through both loops. Show that one more time slowly, and then we'll go all the way across. Go into the loop, and for an oval, we're going to be working both the top and the bottom of the chain. So this is just the normal part on the top, because you normally work in the top of the stitch. So pull through, yarn over, and pull through both loops. So we're going to go until the end of the row. Alright, so we have reached the end of the row, and so we have 10 single crochets, and it looks pretty normal. But the next step is we're going to turn it upside down. So now instead of having the two loops at the top where it looks normal, it's now the other side of the chain. So what we're going to do, see each of these loops here, 1 and then 2, these are all where you're going to go into and make more single crochets. So we're going to do 10 across. So the first one is right here. I'm going to go in, pull through, wrap, and pull through both. So we're going to do all of those across, do 10 of those. And before we go all the way across, it is important to mark the end of the stitch, the top of the oval. So it would be this stitch right here. You can mark with a paper clip, which is what I'm gonna do, like so. Or you can mark it with a stitch marker. They're really cheap, as I said before, at AC Moore and Michael's or even Joann's. And you need to mark this because this is where you're going to be increasing, which was something I am going to be showing you later. And that's how you're going to get a bigger oval instead of making this kind of weird looking tube thing. So we're going to keep going across. And you'll mark both of the end stitches and not just one of them, because you'll be increasing twice in each round Now also, because you're working in round, in a continuous round, you aren't doing a slip stitch anywhere in an oval, so this can also help you just know if you're counting rounds, if you're following a pattern, just knowing what round you're on is really, really helpful. So we have reached the end of the row, or round anyway. So now you can kind of see it's starting to look like an oval. So this right here is the, well, there isn't a super top stitch on the first round because it's kind of hidden, but for the first increase, or every increase around at the top of the stitch, which is going to be this little guy right here because it hasn't been used yet, we're going to go in there, pull through, and do another single crochet, but instead of doing just one, you're going to do 3. So that's 2 and 3, and this is going to create the increase and make the oval look bigger. So now is the time that you can mark your top stitch, which is right there, and they're kind of easy to point out because they're the ones in the very middle. So we can just mark that. Even if you just want to slide it in there, it doesn't have to be perfect. So now we're going to keep going all the way around. So that's the first round. I'll show you a couple of rounds so you can start to see what it looks like. And during the horizontal portion of the oval, you're not going to be increasing, or else it's not going to look like an oval anymore. It's probably going to start looking more like a diamond. A little weird. Oh, I just fell out, but you can easily mark that. Alright, keep going across. Alright, so we have reached the marked stitch, which is the top of the oval. So I'm going to take this out. Once you get the hang of it, you don't need the stitch markers anymore. It's only really if you're a beginner and aren't sure where to place it. Alright, so we're going to do 3 single crochets in the top. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, we're going to complete our round. Again, finishing off the horizontal portion. So this would be round 2. When I make these little ovals, they always remind me of like little elves' feet because they're kind of long. But again, you can change the basis of the oval to fit the length that you want. So we have reached the top of the oval. So the middle, the top middle stitch is this one. So again, we're going to do 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go again across the horizontal, not increasing, just 1 single crochet in each stitch. And you can do the oval with half double crochets, double crochets, treble crochets, but single crochet seems to be the most popular with the oval, and you can start to see that it's getting a little bit bigger here. But we gotta finish off the other horizontal side. So we have reached the top of the stitch. There we go. Actually, I think it's that one. So 1 more, and then 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll finish off this round. And in order to make your oval bigger, just keep repeating the same pattern, and you will be good to go. Alright, and if you wanted to end the row, you can just do a slip stitch, and then you cut that and pull through, and this is what the oval looks like at 3 rounds. So next time we'll be doing a star shape, so I hope to see you there. Bye!